Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I am so excited to be here with you guys today for another exciting video to help you all on your journey of being mother hustlers. Whether you are a mompreneur or an aspiring mompreneur, this video is going to help you because today we are specifically talking about ways to stay motivated as a mom. And in 2024, whether you're a mompreneur or not, chances are you are super busy running around doing all the things. And if that is you, then today's video is going to help you. So, first of all, let's find out. If you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling unmotivated, and you are tired of ending up in this cycle of burnout and overwhelm, and you want to figure out how to completely end it for good, then today's video is going to help you. But before we get into it, I want to introduce myself to you guys. I'm Kiara Solomon, a single mom of two, and over 8 years ago, I quit my job for the last time and started my own business right from the comfort of my own home, which I've been growing and running full time ever since. But I also started another brand around the same time called the Mother Hustler Movement because I was a new mom again. Yes. And so the Mother Hustler Movement was also born to help single moms get unstuck, build lasting connections and friendships, and finally obtain financial freedom on their own. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys the routine or habits that keep me motivated and keep me on track when it comes to accomplishing my goals and how I get the most done pretty much every day. Now, if you're looking for help and support on your journey of mompreneurship and you want to stay connected with other women who are on the same journey, we have an amazing group of women inside the Mother Hustler Movement. You can click the link in the description box below to join us. It's 100% free. Join us inside of that private community. Okay, so let's talk about it. How do you stay motivated as a busy mom? And like I was saying, whether you're a single mom or not, whether you also run a business or not, whether you are starting your business on the side, chances are you have a lot on your plate. You have a lot to get done. Not just taking care of yourself and your own needs and your own goals, but also taking care of your children, your family, and all of those projects and things that you have going on around you. So let's talk about it. The very first thing that I want to recommend, and this is not just for young moms, this is for all moms. You have to let go of perfectionism. Perfectionism is the false idea that perfect people exist. You're going to make mistakes as a mother. You're going to make mistakes as a business owner. You're going to make mistakes literally in every area of your life. And mistakes are not bad. They are just redirections, ways for you to learn and gain additional information. So start looking at the mistakes or the errors or the obstacles that you face as opportunities for you to grow and become a better person. Not like there's something wrong with you, not like you're so inadequate, you can't do this, all of that negative self-talk that often comes with being a perfectionist. And for me, this was something that really stemmed from my childhood and some childhood trauma that I had experienced. And so it took a lot of work for me to truly let go of the ideas of perfectionism, that I had to be perfect, that my house had to be perfect, that my children had to be perfect, that everything about life, that I couldn't have problems, that I couldn't be going through things. All false. Okay. And no matter where you are right now, no matter what your financial situation is right now, no matter what challenges or dysfunctions you may be experiencing in your family and your personal life and your career, whatever's going on, it's okay. You are human. You are allowed to have experiences. And understanding that perfectionism or that perfect people don't exist, like you can't be perfect, when you let go of that idea, it really frees you up to live a life that is happier, more fulfilling, and more focused on the things that you really want to do. And that's exactly what happened for me when I started to release these ideas of perfectionism. I used to like spend so much time tidying up and trying to keep my house so perfect and doing dishes and like really stressing myself out to maintain this idea that, first of all, I wasn't even doing a great job of doing it, if I could be completely honest, because like I said, I have two boys. So it has been a very long time since I've had a completely clean house. And since even if it is completely clean, if it will remain that way, right, for more than a couple days, a week at maximum, and that's if nobody's here. So when I started to let go of this idea of perfectionism, and this is just one example for you guys, but this can really relate to any area of your life. I hate to wake up in the morning to a dirty kitchen, but realizing that I'm not perfect, some days I don't do the dishes before I go to sleep because I would prefer to get an extra hour of sleep to wake up more refreshed, to be in a better mindset, to deal with my children, to deal with all of the things that I have going on in my life than to be so anal and stay up and clean. And it may not take me a whole hour to clean the kitchen, but, again, who knows? I might start cleaning the kitchen and then clean the entire downstairs. And before you know it, it's 2 a.m. So releasing these concepts that I had to show up and be this ideal person in any area, because there are so many other examples that I can give you guys, but that's probably the easiest and most relatable to many moms. When I started to release this, then I started to be able to adjust what I wanted to accept in some areas versus what I didn't want to accept in other areas. Because the truth is, this childhood trauma that I personally was dealing with, I don't know your life. So, you're probably dealing with other issues in other areas. But for me personally, I had these really high standards for myself and what I was supposed to bring to the table, if you will, but really low standards for everybody else. So I was working really low paying jobs. I was letting the jobs put a lot of pressure on me. I was wearing myself out. I was doing all of these things. Whereas, so I felt like life had to be hard for me. And I had to live up to this idea to be able to be rewarded with a luxurious life, a life that I actually liked. And nothing could be further from the truth. So perfectionism causes us to live in disillusionment a lot of times and really be ungrateful about the things that we have. It makes us like not be focused in the moment and focus on the future or what else we have to do, what other things we have to accomplish to be able to accept or receive the blessings that we have now. So I talked a lot about this and I did not want to spend as much time on the first one, but perfectionism it can be such a heavy weight. And so I really want to encourage particularly moms. I know so many moms that suffer from mom guilt. I want you to let it go, baby, okay? If you have mom guilt, if you're worried about whether or not you're doing a good job as a mom, chances are, I'm betting on you, baby, you're doing a great job, okay? And your kids love you, and your kids would appreciate a more happier, well-rounded mom who did not put so much pressure on herself to be this great ideal. Okay, so that's the first thing. Let go of perfectionism. The second thing that I do to keep myself motivated, and again, we're talking about my personal habits and routines that help me to stay motivated, help me to stay on track. Because life does life sometimes over here as well. I have two children. This is my fourth time trying to record this video without somebody busting in the door. So anyway, prioritize your goals. I highly recommend you read this book, The 12-Week Year. I have it on my list for book reviews, so I may do it for the next review. But The 12-Week Year, I read this a few years ago, actually transformed the way I look at my goals and prioritize my life. Before I read this book, another great book I think you should read is called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And that book at the time really helped me to wrap my head around the fact that we're all multidimensional people, right? We all have so many roles. And that's one of the things that Stephen Covey talks about in 7 Habits is we all have roles and goals, right? Or you should have goals rather for each role that you have in your life. So for me personally, when I start prioritizing my goals, I typically am going to have like a career and professional vision board and list of goals. And then I'm also going to have like a personal, family, individual, spiritual, fitness, all of that, like Kiara as a person, vision board and set of goals. And the reason that I keep them separately is because, especially when you're working from home or if you're like building your business while you still have a 9 to 5, so you're doing a lot of the work stuff at your house, the lines can get blurred and convoluted. And as a mom, it's super important to me. I have learned to maintain boundaries that not only keep me well balanced, but help my family to be well balanced, help my family to know that, like, life is not all about work, and that they are important to me. So prioritizing your goals that you have for your life, understanding that everything cannot get done. You cannot boil the ocean in a day. I think that's how it's said. You can't boil ocean a day. You can't eat an elephant in one bite. You can't swallow an elephant whole. That's how they say it. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So you have to take small steps towards your goals. You have to be willing to put in the work, and you have to understand that sometimes it is going to take you 6 months or a year to be able to accomplish your goals. If you're trying to get yourself out of debt, that's not going to happen overnight. If you're trying to build a profitable business, today, when I say that we have been in business, my other business, for over 8 years, I've been full time in that business for over 8 years. That to me is crazy. Like, I never, 8 years ago, you could not have told me that this is where I would be today, but yet and still I am. And so it is a testament that if you continue to do the work, that time will move forward and you will move forward. So what are the things that you want to accomplish today? What are the things that you want to accomplish in the next 6 months, and prioritize those goals for yourself. I highly recommend you read the 12-week year. It teaches you how to break those goals down into actionable steps so that you know what you're doing every single day. Because really, with goals, with habits, that's what we're talking about, right? Like, I'll use fitness. That's another great example. I am so in love. I've been doing Pilates lately, okay, since like the beginning of this year, 6 months. And the thing that I love the most about Pilates is that I noticed how much more intentional it makes me be. And I'll explain. So Pilates is a slow workout. If you've ever taken it or like watched any classes or whatever, I actually do it at my gym. And I noticed myself recently in some of my other exercise routines that I was also paying attention and being very intentional with my breathing, being very intentional with my form, all of those things. These are mindsets that I bring into my real life, right? But that didn't happen the first time I took a Pilates class. I've been doing Pilates now for 6 months. So, I mean, I wouldn't say that I have like the Pilates body that you see on Instagram with the TikTok girls and all that stuff. I love the way it makes me feel. I definitely can see the changes in my body. But more than anything else, I can feel and see the changes in my mindset. So as you prioritize your goals, as you prioritize your growth, understand that those changes are going to be slow and gradual, and they're going to happen in your mind first. They're going to happen on the inside first. You're going to notice them before anybody else notices the changes in you. Okay? All right, my third tip or habit that I do that helps keep me motivated is that I do daily done lists. And what a done list is literally just a list of all the things that I did that day. And sometimes if I'm having a bad, rough day and it was hard for me to get out of bed, or it was hard for me to stay focused, my list might just be, I took the kids to school, I made breakfast, I followed up on some emails, I took a nap, you know, I took a nap, whatever, those minor things. But I always want to kind of pat myself on the back or recognize my accomplishments when I am actually doing things, because sometimes you can go through the day and be extremely busy, running all over the place, and it can feel like you didn't get anything done, or you did so many small things that they don't really add up to anything of importance. I want you to shift that. I want you to understand that your time, your energy, all of it is valuable. This is also another great way, for you to track where you are investing your energy, to track what you actually are doing with your time, and audit that to see if it's in alignment with the type of person that you want to be and the things that you actually want to do. If you, again, going back to fitness, another great example. Oh my gosh, I have to share this with you guys, because for a long time I was like, I want to be a Pilates girl. Okay. I've been a member at my current gym now probably for about 7 years. I've lived in the same neighborhood for like 10 years. And yeah, at least for the past 7 years, I have been a member at this particular gym. And they've always had the Pilates class that I take now. I don't know if it's always been at the same time. I don't think too much, though, has changed about their class schedule versus me and my perspective and my mindset. And so I used to always say, like, I want to do this. I want to find the time to be able to do it. And as I told you guys, I've been working from home for over 8 years now. Anyway, I've been my own boss for the past 8 years. And so the moral of the story is that not until recently did I feel like I truly had the time in my schedule to be able to take 2 hours. I literally now take 2 hours anywhere from 3 to 4 times a week to go to the gym, you guys. And that for me is such a big thing, because there was a period of time when I didn't feel like I had that 2 hours to spare. Like not being active, not working, not giving, doing, being something for somebody else during that time period, that wasn't acceptable and that wasn't okay. So if you're saying, I want to accomplish this goal, I want to do this thing, I want to, X, Y, and Z, but you're not looking at your lifestyle and figuring out, how can I fit this into my lifestyle? What changes can I make? What things am I doing that are really a waste of my time that I can remove from my schedule? Or what things am I doing that I don't really want to do? So all of this stuff is super important to be able to stay motivated, because the reality is those things that you're doing that are draining your energy, you don't really want to do. They are time wasters. They're actually keeping you stuck and this is a big thing that a lot of people don't realize. They are the things that are keeping you feeling like you're burning out. The stuff that you like to do, like when I come from Pilates, I always feel so energetic and upbeat and ready to go. I don't feel like, oh, why did I just do that? Drained, tired, need more sleep. I'm like ready to move on to the next task, because it's something that I actually enjoy. I am so proud of myself to have found the time in my schedule, and I'm so proud of myself for being committed. I think this year I have probably been the most committed and consistent with all of my positive habits and routines than like for a really, really long time. I have a lot more, I think, uh, awareness and control over my schedule, over the things that I'm doing, and how I am investing that energy into becoming the type of person that I want to be. And that's what today's video is all about. At the end of the day, we get to choose, do we invest in things that are feeding our fuel and helping us to want to, continue and keeping us excited, or are we feeding into things that are draining, deteriorating, disappointing? You know the vibes. Okay, so number 4 is a daily routine for prayer, meditation, and affirmation. It doesn't matter what your religion is, because this video is not about religion. This is about connecting with whomever you believe is your higher source, and it's also about using the power of your mind. Another great book that I love is The Power of the Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murray. And this is an amazing book that talks about how to literally deal with some of the subconscious issues that we're carrying around from our childhood, from our other experiences. Affirmations is a great tool to be able to do that work. I tell people affirmations work. I am a huge proponent of affirmations. You can actually check out, I think there should be a playlist on this channel with our affirmations, and if you join the Facebook group, you'll definitely get the weekly affirmations that we drop there. But affirmations are just so important to me, as is prayer and meditation. And I will do another video to go a little bit more in depth into my spiritual journey and all of those things about me. I'm not going to talk about that too much today, but definitely having a routine. So when you wake up in the morning, are you doing your prayer, meditation, and affirmation? That means getting up 30 minutes early every day to do those things. Or, however long it's going to take you, an hour. I would give myself at least an hour. Making time in the afternoon. Are you going for a walk on your lunch break, reciting your affirmations and doing all of those things? And then the same thing in the evening before you go to bed. Are you doing your affirmations, prayer, and meditation? This is so essential to maintaining that awareness, healing your trauma, maintaining your level of calm. Meditation helps you in so many ways, as we all know. There's a saying, prayer always worked for me. Do you have a time when prayer didn't work? The time that I didn't pray. So we have to make sure that we are continually connecting with God. And then, like I said, affirmations, I live by them. Every major change that I made in my life, as a young adult, I remember affirmations actually being a big part of them. Maybe I'll do a whole video about that stuff. But I was recording this video earlier, and I was talking about entrepreneurship and how when I was in college, people used to ask me if I was what was I going to do if I didn't find a job? And so I literally started to, this was an ongoing question. I would get it multiple times a day, multiple times a week. I just remember it was so frustrating because I was a communications major and I had done some internships with radio stations, television stations. I had some really good connections. I knew a lot of important people, but everyone was asking me, what are you going to do if you don't get a job? And I just kept saying, if I don't get a job, I'll make one. If I don't get a job, I'll make one. If I don't get a job, I'll make one for myself. I'll make a job if I don't get a job. And I literally did exactly that. My first project out of college this is when podcasts and web series were not that popular, but still kind of emerging. And we got sponsored, we aired, we were sponsored by a local sneaker store. And we had celebrity rappers, a local radio DJ as the host. We went around and did interviews. It was so dope, so amazing. And yes, I made a job. So affirmations are amazing. They absolutely work, and I definitely recommend that you include them in your habits. My 5th tip is celebrate your accomplishments. Do not just rush past them. Sometimes when we hit goals or achieve milestones, accomplish certain things, it can be easy to like breeze past that and just be focused on the next thing. Like, oh, I got, 20 other things to do. And especially as a mom, I know that for me personally, I like go big for my children. So I'm all about the celebration, the party, celebrating their accomplishments. But I recently realized for myself that I'm always kind of like, all right, let's go ahead. I got something else to do next, right? Not taking time out for myself. And so this is something that I definitely want to do more and kind of get back into doing. I feel like a few years ago when I didn't have so much stuff on my plate, I definitely would celebrate minor accomplishments so much more. But I think if you're a mompreneur, you should be doing at least monthly girls' time, monthly outings with your friends, monthly times to just unwind, relax, pat yourself on the back, and remind yourself that you're doing an amazing job. You're handling all of the things that God has given you to handle gracefully. You're achieving it, you're accomplishing it. That in itself is worthy of a celebration. Okay. I have so many more tips, so let's keep going. My next tip is to continue. This is a habit. I'm saying tips, but they're habits and things that I incorporate into my routine. So this one is to continually develop yourself. And this should be in as many areas as you can take on: spiritually, your fitness, your mindset, your skills and professional area, hobbies or recreation. So, that can be making sure that you're studying your religious texts and you're making time for prayer and meditation, like we just talked about. With fitness, Pilates was something new that I started this year that I had been wanting to start for some time. So, even if it's not necessarily taking a new class, it can be like, actually going to the gym, getting a gym membership, going for walks once a week or once a day, whatever that thing is for you that you're always like, okay, I want to get 1% better. There's a book called Atomic Habits, another great book to read, but I want to get 1% better in this area in this way. And I'm not like trying to do a huge overhaul and, go vegan and do all of these other things, but I just want to make these minor changes to see myself improve in this area of my life. The next tip is to schedule breaks and time off. So guys, I have learned this not just from my own burnout experience, but also from watching other women who may suffer from health issues. My son's grandmother had a heart attack a few years ago and she didn't even realize it. She didn't find out until days later that she had the heart attack. And so one of the most important things that I think every mom should do is take scheduled time off. Give yourself at least one day every week that you are just relaxing and pouring into yourself. And that can be in any way that you feel fulfilled. It can be, sometimes I like to curl up in the bed, just be in the bed all day. Sometimes I want to go out with my friends. Sometimes I want to go run errands and do some shopping. Sometimes I just want to enjoy some great food and some great company. Whatever it is that is making you feel fulfilled at the time, it's okay for you to do that. But you need to schedule time for yourself to take breaks. And that includes extended breaks as well. Something that we do in my business is we actually take time off in the summertime. We close down and we take time off in the winter. And that's because we have identified these areas as being low seasons in my business, but also because nobody can just work like a robot. We can't go on and on and on and on and on without stopping. So it's not just for my team, but it's also for me. I value everyone's best performance. And so I want to reflect that in our core culture, which means that we don't work every single day. And sometimes people have a hard time accepting that, but what can I say? We don't work every single day, okay? So definitely making sure that you are scheduling breaks and time off, time with and without your children and your friends, and, find some activities and hobbies that you can do to help you decompress. For example, some of my hobbies are sewing, painting, I definitely love music and like listening to good music. I'll turn on some music and just vibe out, you know. And another thing that I have gotten into the habit of doing is like entire romantic date nights for myself. Even though I'm single, I still want to be romance. And as women, I think that it's important for us to pour into ourselves that feminine energy as well, so that we can continue to give that feminine energy out to all of the people around us. Okay, I got a few more tips for you guys to go, and then we're going to be wrapping up. I know this video was longer than usual, but this is something that I see so many moms suffer from. And so I just wanted to make sure that I gave you guys some real value when we talked about these things. My next tip is to join a support group of like-minded individuals or start one of your own. Definitely, you can join the Mother Hustler movement. We are an online support group, and we do in-person events and travel and all kinds of amazing retreats and things like that. So definitely check out the Mother Hustler movement. But even within your local friend group, you can start a support group of moms, a group chat where you guys vent to each other, hang out with each other, make time for each other, and support each other in your endeavors. It's so important to surround yourself with people who are positive and can help keep you motivated when you start to feel like I'm burnt out and I want to give up or I need a break. And so if you don't already have a group of friends, definitely you can seek people out, or like I said, join the Mother Hustler movement. We were created specifically for that, to be able to support moms in that way and to give them a sounding board and to give them a place that they can come for resources and information that they can trust to help them build healthy and financially thriving families. The other thing, this is my final tip, you guys, and this is how I prevent burnout in every area of my life. I ask for or hire help. Sometimes, and this was especially true for me when my kids were younger, I did not have a lot of family around that I could call for help. And so I had to develop a support system. And what that meant for me was hiring a child care provider or a nanny, someone who could actually watch the kids for me and run a few errands for me, someone who could make them dinner, warm up a plate for them. Hiring a housekeeper, using a laundry service. I couldn't take my laundry to my mother's house, but I could drop it off at a wash and fold and get our laundry done for the week so that I didn't have to, also worry about doing that on my own. So you can use like Instacart, grocery delivery, Amazon Fresh. Amazon Fresh used to be the love of my life. I remember when they first started in like 2016. And yes, I love getting my groceries delivered directly to my door at 6 in the morning. It's so convenient, so perfect. And so I want you guys to look for ways to either hire or ask for help when you can afford it. When you can afford to get the groceries delivered, or there's a promotion going on, you have a coupon on Instacart, you have a coupon on DoorDash, definitely take advantage of those things. Take advantage of, like I said, childcare providers, nannies, and babysitters. Hire someone to come in once a month or every other week and do some house cleaning for you to help you with some things around the house if you can afford it. This will take so much pressure off of you as a mom, and it will free up your energy to be able to create, to come up with new exciting ideas so that you can actually invest time, energy, and effort into your business so that you can build a financial future for your children so that you can finally feel free. And trust me, freedom feels so good, you guys, okay? Now, I do have a free guide for you that can help you to get started. I have a time management guide that I created specifically for mompreneurs called Master the Hustle. So if you look in the description box below, you can click the link to get your free copy. And we also have a partner opportunity for you to try out Solo Tech Solutions, which is a marketing management software, free for 30 days. All you have to do is click the link in the description box below. Also, again, ladies, if you are looking for help on this journey of mompreneurship and you want to stay connected with other amazing moms who are on the same journey, We have an amazing group of mompreneurs inside the Mother Hustler movement that are waiting to connect with you. So that link as well is below in the description box. And if this video was helpful for you, please drop me a comment below, guys. Are there any things that you do to help yourself stay motivated and to prevent burnout? Comment below your self-care tips and any other advice that you may have. Make sure you share this video with someone that can benefit from it. And guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you never miss an upload. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Until next time, bye.